I'm Louisa, and today I'm going to be sharing my story of how I became a stay-at-home mum. So to give you a little bit of background information, I studied French and Spanish with translation and interpreting at university. And when I graduated from university, I was really lucky to find a job as a translator. But this job was in Madrid, in Spain. So I packed up everything and set off to start a new life for myself in Spain. And it was great. I loved it. I loved my job. I even met my husband at work. But then, when I was 27, I found out I was pregnant. And it was an amazing surprise, but it was a shock. We weren't expecting it, and neither of us had any idea about what having a child entails. We somehow thought that having this baby was not going to change our life at all. My plan was to continue working full time. My husband was going to continue working full time. We looked into nursery. We were going to send the child to a nursery. We were going to stay in our very small flat. And we just thought everything was going to go as it had always gone. But then the baby came along. And this is probably going to sound really cliche, but it is true. Like, this is what happened. When I held my daughter Amaya for the first time and looked into her eyes, everything changed. All of a sudden, work did not matter anymore. Money did not matter anymore. I did not matter anymore. Like, the only thing that mattered to me was Amaya, was this little baby, and all I wanted to do was dedicate my life and my time to her. But unfortunately, because I had not planned on staying at home with her, I had no money. When I was working, I was able to save a huge chunk of my salary. But anytime I saved money, I ploughed that money into my mortgage. I had a flat that was almost paid off because I would just plough all my money into it. But I had no money in my bank account. I had nothing. And the thought of leaving my job, like leaving my career to stay at home with nothing in my bank account, like no safety net whatsoever, scared the crap out of me. So we sent her to nursery, and it was a really horrible experience for everyone. She didn't like it. She used to cry every single day. She stopped eating. She became a really fussy, picky eater. She started having nightmares in the middle of the night. She would wake up screaming. It was horrible. It was horrible. I would cry every day when I had to leave her to go to work. My husband would cry every night because he would see like what this was doing to his family, and he hated it. But I kept going. I kept going to work. I kept, earning money, but this time saving it, like not paying off my mortgage at all, just keeping the money, because the plan was always that I did when I could, I wanted to stay at home with her. So shortly after that, I fell pregnant again, and by this point, I had managed to save up enough money that I felt, comfortable to be a stay-at-home mum with. So when my second daughter arrived, we just basically transformed our lives. I left work and we moved, because obviously this tiny little flat that we were living in was just not suitable for a family of four. We rented out the little flat in the centre of Madrid, and with the rental money, we rented a really big house out in the countryside. We are now surviving off one income. It is possible. I mean, there were so many things that I would spend money on before that were just not necessary. I would buy myself loads of new clothes and makeup. I now buy second-hand things. If I need things, there's an application on my phone called Wallapop, and you can buy and sell second-hand goods. So Whenever I don't want anything anymore, I sell it on this application, and if I want anything new, I also buy secondhand products for really cheap. A few days a week, I go out and give some English classes, and my husband looks after the girls, and that gives us a little bit extra money as well. We did the calculations, and we realised that for me to continue working was actually going to cost us my entire salary, because to put 2 children in nursery in Madrid is 800 euros a month. And then we would have had to continue living in the centre of Madrid, because my job was in the centre of Madrid. We would have had to pay like an additional 500 to 600 euros a month, like more than what we're paying now, in rental income. That's like 1,400 euros that it would have cost me to work. So yeah, that is my story. That is how I became a stay-at-home mum. I am so happy being at home with my kids. I'm so happy that I finally followed my heart. I know there's lots of different families, and each family has their own circumstances, so staying at home is not for everyone. But for my family, it was 100% the right decision, and I'm so happy that I made the decision to be a stay-at-home mum. That is my story. That is my journey on how I became a stay-at-home mum. I'd love to hear your story. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please do give it a thumbs up if you liked it, and I will see everyone in my next video. Bye!